Okay, we're working on a Bally Black Pyramid -35 board. No battery corrosion, looks good. But the main thing is the game doesn't boot. So when I got here, went down inside, and the regulator board's in there. One of the fuses were blown. I don't know if you can see it, but I have my circuit breaker style fuse in there. Reset. Have my meter on, DC volts. And then I'm going to power the game on. And we're going to check voltage up here at the topmost test point. And you can see that we got 12 volts coming in, which is actually low. But down here where it should be 5 volts, it's only 1.5 volts. So 5 volts is too low. This should be 15 up here, and it's, well, it just blew. The fuse just blew. I heard it blow. So the circuit breaker, yeah, but I can see it. It blew. Look, I don't really turn this off. You can see it right there. It popped. Push it back in. Reset it. But something's dragging that down. While I'm doing this, I have everything disconnected. I have all the score displays disconnected. I have the CPU board disconnected. I have the lamp driver board disconnected. I have the soundboard connector disconnected. And I even have the auxiliary lamp board disconnected. I got everything that would use 5 volts disconnected, just in case one of those boards was dragging down the 5 volts. But I think it pretty much isolates everything to this board. New 5 volt regulator, LM323, but it's still, 5 volts is still way too low at these two test points here and here. The top one is fine. That's showing now 16 volts, but the two lower ones aren't. Okay, so I have every connector off, but the one thing I can't account for is on this connector, there's a ton of wires coming off of it, including stuff that goes to the 5 volts. Maybe it's not on the board, and then I'm looking at this when they put this game together. Look what they did here. Look, the wire is pinched between the pedestal and the headboard. So otherwise, they got it caught right here. So I'm gonna, you know, that's a long shot, but I'm gonna take this out, loosen these head bolts up, and get this wire out of here. I don't know if that's causing a problem, but it could be. Okay, found the problem. Not what you think either, just to show you. Go over here on the test point. Look. 5.26. Now that's the original voltage regulator back in there. Basically I did nothing to this board. Well, I did change the cap, but other than that I did nothing. So what was dragging the plus 5 volts down? I had every connector off, all the score displays, every connector, everything off, even these guys. Well, over here on the lamp driver board, pin 3 is plus 5 volts, pin 1 and 2 is ground, and guess what? So this is plus 5 right here. It was shorting against here. You can see where the connector was just melted. It melted so bad that it shorted the plus 5 to ground directly, dragging the 5 volts down, causing the whole thing not to work. Now I got all the connectors on except for the lamp driver board connectors, because I'm going to have to pull this board, clean up this pin, and then completely repin this. Look at all this. It's IDC too. Not fun. But anyways, let's try booting it and watch the LED. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are booting. We got score displays. Now we won't have any CPU controlled lamps, but the game is running. Now, here's the J4 connector. You can see pin 1, 2, 11, and 12. Those are all ground. Test point ground. But look at pin 3 right there. That's plus 5. This was shorting to this. Pin 1 and 2 are ground. Look, and pin 3 is plus 5. You can see where they shorted together and burned the ground pin. It was sinking the voltage. You see how 1 and 2 over there are tied together, and then 3 is the plus 5. Low battery, new connector. Lamp test. Ooh, the thump of the jungle drums.